Did Donald Trump eliminate taxes on Social Security?
The one big beautiful bill does not directly eliminate taxes on Social Security. It just doesn't. There is nothing in the legislation that directly calls for the elimination of Social Security tax. But what it does have a what's being called a senior bonus deduction. And that's kind of what's being marketed as this no tax on Social Security. The senior bonus deduction, it is a benefit. It is an additional deduction that you can take if you reach age 65 or older in 2025. Now, this bonus deduction can be taken whether you take the standard deduction or you itemize deduction. That's a great part. Right? You can either take the standard deduction or itemize your deduction, and you still get this bonus deduction. Now, this deduction, it can be used for any income. It's not tied to Social Security, right? If you're age 65 or older in 2025 and you're not even claiming Social Security, you still get this deduction. On the other hand, for those that are claiming Social Security at age, 62 or 63 or 64, and you haven't reached age 65 yet, well, then you don't get this deduction. So if you're thinking I'm claiming Social Security early and I'm still going to get this Social Security tax savings, no, you're not. You're not, because it's not tied to Social Security. It is tied to age. Another thing about this deduction, if your income reaches a certain level, well, then you start to be phased out. So if you are single and your income rises above $75,000 in 2025, you start to be phased out, so you can't take the full $6,000 deduction. If you're married filing joint and your joint income, AGI, adjusted gross income, reaches $150,000 or above, well, then you start to be phased out there as well. Now, if you're married filing joint and both spouses are going to have reached age 65 by the end of the year, 2025, then you get double the deduction. So now you have $12,000 in additional deduction. So I know there's sometimes some confusion around, deductions and credits. So let me make it simple for you. Let me break it down. A tax deduction, think about that as the amount of income that you can shield from tax. So let's say you have a $30,000 standard deduction. And one spouse, and you're married filing joint, let's say one spouse is age 65, the other spouse is, age 62 or age 61 or younger than age 65. Your income is below $150,000, so you can take a $6,000 additional deduction. So now your deductions are the $30,000 standard deduction, the $6,000 additional bonus deduction, and there's another deduction that you get, and it has nothing to do with this big, beautiful bill. You were going to get it anyway, but once you turn 65, you get an additional deduction. Let's just say that deduction, for purpose of this illustration, is $1,500. So you have $30,000 standard deduction. You have the $6,000 additional bonus deduction from the big, beautiful bill. Plus you have $1,500 in this additional deduction because you reached age 65. That was going to happen anyway. So you have $30,000 plus $6,000, that's $36,000, plus $1,500, that's $37,500. Now that is the amount of income that can be shielded from tax, right? So let's say your income's $100,000, married filing joint. Well, subtract $37,500 from that. And now that's $62,500. Now that is the amount you're going to be taxed on. Right? Because $37,500 was deducted, that was shielded from tax. So that's how you look at deduction. So in summary, let me just say this is not a tax on Social Security elimination. It's not. It has nothing to do with Social Security. It's really based on age. And it's a temporary deduction, by the way. Also mention that. You only get it for the next few years unless there's some additional legislation to extend it, which maybe that's the case. That's what happened with the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2017. A lot of the provisions were temporary. We got the big, beautiful bill, which extended or made permanent some of those tax benefits. But it is not elimination of Social Security tax, but it is a benefit for those who have reached 65. If you're under 65 claiming Social Security and think that you're going to get this benefit, you are not. You are not. So plan accordingly.
I got it. That makes sense, Dad.